Hey, what's up everyone? This is Johnny C. Lately people have been asking me about their computers running slow and laggy and just acting stupid, not running up to speed and everything. And instead of telling a million people how to do it, I figured I'd just make this quick tutorial, show you how to do it yourself. And you can do it for free. Everything's available online to download. It's not that hard. I'll walk you right through it. It's not for major problems, but it will enhance your computer performance and pick everything up to where it should be, keep you running smooth. Especially if you do it every so often, it'll keep you running pretty good unless there's any major problems. If you have major problems, you're going to have to try something else. Anyways, open up your web browser. We're going to look for a program called CCleaner. This is a free download. So we're going to download CCleaner. Run our search here. It's going to run a little laggy itself because I'm running screen capturing software right now, so that always slows the computer down a little bit. Okay, here it is. Pureform.com, CCleaner download. We're going to go here. Now, as you can see, we're going to go with CCleaner free, which is not supported. There's no support for it, so we don't really need support. It's easy to use anyway. So we're going to go to Pureform's website to download. It's the second link down here for the downloads. Double click that. Start your download. CCleaner is going to download now. Save the file. And here we go. It's downloading. Finish download. Once this downloads, you're going to want to run CCleaner. Install it. So I'll close this out. CCleaner should now install. There'll be some parts of this tutorial that I'll speed up because, especially whenever we're scanning, it's going to take a little bit. But it's going to be set to default as English. Let that go. Just go ahead and click next for the install. Leave everything here automatically up. That's good. Just leave everything the way it is, default. Click next to install it. Take a minute here to install. There we go. CCleaner installed. I don't need to view the release notes, so I'll untick that. But I am going to run CCleaner now. So click finish and CCleaner should open up. This is an intelligent scan for cookies that are needed to be kept if you have anything saved. I always click yes. Go ahead and let it check for a minute. It doesn't hurt nothing. Now here we go. This is the main panel of CCleaner. The first thing we're going to want to do is make sure that this is set at Cleaner tab. Leave everything as default. As you can see down here, this is already pretty much set up for everything you're going to need. Leave it at default settings and go ahead and run Cleaner. As you see, it's going to pop up a warning saying that, or you want to wish to proceed and all that. Click yes. I even click this so it doesn't bother me again. Click OK. Right now, CCleaner is going to look for any kind of temporary internet files, cookies, junk files, things that are just cluttering up your computer that don't need to be there and taking up space and slowing things down. This is going to remove any kind of junk files safely without doing any harm to your computer and basically just cleaning it up a little bit. It's good to do this, I would say, at least every 2 weeks just to keep top performance and keep your system nice and cleaned out. I'm going to go ahead and let this scan. Hopefully this won't take too long. I shouldn't have to speed up the video for this. 28%. If it gets any slower here, then I'll go ahead and speed up the video and we'll continue from there. It's asking me, yes, Firefox needs to be closed, so I will go ahead and close Firefox for it to continue cleaning the cookies for Firefox. There we go. Now it's cleaning out the internet cache and everything from Firefox. Firefox is my default browser. If you're using Internet Explorer or Chrome or whatever, the same thing, it'll clean that too. I use Firefox because it's more secure. I like the security plugins and everything that it features. So to me, it's one of the most secure browsers out there. That's why I use it. But you can use whatever. CCleaner will clean whichever browser you're using. I'm going to speed this up and get back to you right after I speed the video up with the scan so we don't have to wait for it. Okay, and we are back and the scan has completed, as you can see. This has found a bunch of temporary junk stuff I don't need. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click Run Cleaner. This will start to clean the system. Just to make sure that everything, this time it should run real fast, just to make sure we got rid of all that junk. It's always better to scan it twice, just to make sure. There we go. It was nice and clean the first time, so we're good. That's all cleaned out. Your cache is cleaned up, temporary internet files, all that temporary junk is now removed. Next step we're going to do is we're going to go down to Registry, which is second tab down. Leave all these set as default, just like they are. We're going to scan for issues. Again, if this takes too long, I'll go ahead and pause the video and come back after the scan's finished. But hopefully this will run fast for us. Right there, it's finding a bunch of problems already. A lot of time when your computer will act up, certain programs won't open, take forever to open, things like that. A lot of it has to do with registry errors, missing registry keys, things like that. This is not only find those references to those missing keys, or if they don't exist, this will remove them and delete the key entries, and basically just keeps your registry on tip-top shape and cleaned up so your computer can run good. Keeps everything running real nice and smooth if there ain't no registry problems. So this is basically going to fix all those for us. As you can see, we already got a lot of them. We're already halfway there. And I'll pause the video until we get done with this scan, which might take a few more minutes. Oh, never mind. There we go. No need to pause. Okay, now that it's scanned completely, we're at 100%. As you can see, it found a bunch of errors in the registry. So we're going to simply click Fix Selected Issues. It's going to ask me if I want to make a backup to the registry. I would say yes, just in case, to be 100% safe. But I already know there's nothing on mine here that's going to cause me any problems, so I'm going to go ahead. I don't need to. But in your case, I would go ahead and click yes, and then it'll just save a backup copy of the registry just in case there's anything that goes wrong down the road and you need to restore your registry from a backup. So it's always better to hit yes. I'm going to hit no for now just to save time and everything for this video. So I got 60 issues. Fix all selected issues. There you go. All 60 issues are now fixed. Now, one more thing we're going to do with CCleaner is we're going to go down to the Tools tab. We're going to go to Startup. This is telling us everything that's starting on the computer here. This is whenever the computer first starts up and boots Windows. All these programs that are set to run and are active are going to start up with Windows. So common sense tells you the more of these things you have starting up, the more things have to open, the slower Windows is going to start for you. So basically, this takes a little bit of checking out and tinkering. But go through here. Anything that you do not need to start up with Windows. See, like this Trend Micro and stuff, these have to be on there because these are security programs. I need those to start with Windows. But anything like messengers or toolbars, anything like that you see that you know that if you need to start it, and you don't use it constantly whenever Windows starts, it's not used by Windows, it's a third-party program or something, it should not be in the startup list. And if it is, just right-click it, disable it. The less things you have starting up with Windows, the faster Windows is going to start, and you won't have to wait as long every time you restart your computer for it to fire up. That's basically what this is going to do. Right here, everything in here I need, so there's really nothing I need to remove. In your case, there probably will be things you need to remove. Just, you can't remove the antivirus startups and things like that you're going to need. Anything else, feel free to remove it. The more you remove, the less you have in there, the faster your computer is going to start. So that's it for CCleaner. Now we'll move on to MalwareBytes Anti-Malware. Okay, next thing we want to do is make sure your system is clean of any malware, spyware, malicious scripts, anything like that that might be infecting your computer and causing it to slow down, screw up, act goofy. In a worst case scenario, may not even let you go to web pages and things like that. That's awful common with malware. It'll just make your computer go completely nuts, and got to get rid of that. So first thing we're going to do here is type into your Google search bar, or whatever you're doing there to Google on the internet, download MalwareBytes Anti-Malware. I'm going to search that. This is another free download, just like CCleaner. It ain't going to cost you nothing. Again, going to take a minute to load because of the drag from the screen capturing software. Here we go. MalwareBytes free anti-malware download. We're going to click on there to go to their sites, MalwareBytes.org. Make sure you get the correct website. MalwareBytes.org is where we're going to go to download this. You don't want to download it from third-party sites and stuff because you never know if they injected something into it. It's not the original. You don't want to take the chances. Just get it right off the original website. And if we ever load here, we'll be able to download it. There we go. When you get to the anti-malware screen here from MalwareBytes, you're going to go and free version download is where we're going to go. This is taking me to CNET. We'll go ahead and download it. And I'm going to save the file. There it goes, downloading. Now, completely downloaded. We're going to go ahead and install MalwareBytes Anti-Malware. Very great program to have, especially for free. This will clean your system of any kind of spyware, malware, Trojan horse viruses, any kind of malicious software that could be doing you damage. It's going to come up, select default screen as English. Go ahead and click OK. Next. I accept agreement. Next. 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 And next. Pretty much going to leave all these as default. And then install. The installer will now run. We're going to install MalwareBytes Anti-Malware, and then we'll scan the computer and look for any kind of malicious scripts, programs, anything that shouldn't be there that could be causing harm to the system performance. And we should be installed any second here. Now, first thing we're going to do whenever this is installed, it's going to say launch and update. We're going to leave both of these checked because just like antivirus, MalwareBytes needs to update the latest definitions to see which programs are malicious, which ones ain't. The new definitions will keep this up to date and make sure if there's any kind of new threats out there that this is going to catch them. So you always want to update this and make sure that it's got the latest updated definitions for it. So we're going to go ahead and open it up. It should update after it continues to update. There we go. If there's any updates, it'll do it now. Then once it's done, it'll open and we'll go ahead and scan. There we go. We just downloaded an update. So we're now protected and going to scan for even the latest threats, and it should find them. If there are any. Now, I'm just going to run for this tutorial. I'm just going to run a quick scan. I suggest, though, highly that you run a full scan. This is going to take a good hour, maybe longer, sometimes a little less, depending on how much stuff's on your computer, how big your hard drive is. But just for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to run a quick scan. And we'll see if it finds anything. I planted a few things, but we'll see if it finds them. I'm going to let this start to scan, and it's going to take a while. So even with the quick scan, it's going to take at least probably 15-20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go through its scanning and pause the video, and I'll come right back right after the scan's done. Okay, as you can see, we time-lapsed here. 16 minutes, 44 seconds it took just for a quick scan. Now, like I said, a full scan's better to run. It might take as long as an hour, though, maybe even longer. But anyways, as you can see here, we found one detected object, which is malware. And we got our little thing here after it found out. Pops up the box telling us the scan has completed successfully, and click OK, and then all of a sudden a show results thing here becomes, so we'll show the results of the scan. It's going to tell me what it found. Backdoor Darmac, and its location is in my temp folder of app data. So it just basically tells you information of what it found, where it's located at. All we got to do is remove it. Now that it's found it, simply click Remove Selected. Make sure that every one of these is selected. And as you can see, it'll give us a log telling us exactly where the infection was found, what it found. Tells us it was successfully removed. There we go. So we're going to close that. You're telling me here that it's saying urgent. You must restart your system now to remove all the active threats properly. So I'm not going to do that right at this time, because if I do, of course, it's going to shut off my screen capturing software. But basically, you would click yes and go ahead and restart the computer. I'll restart the computer after this tutorial, but normally at this point right now, you would restart your computer and click go ahead yes, and it would reboot your computer. So there you have it. That's MalwareBytes Anti-Malware and CCleaner. Both used, both free software. You can download them, will cost you nothing. Very easy to use, and it'll keep your system running really good. So each time you run this, I would say at least once every 2 weeks. Just do what we did here in this video, and it should keep your system running pretty darn good. Now, if you already have problems where your system's not loading and stuff like that, it's probably a little bit more of a problem, and you might have to have some professional diagnostic software ran and stuff, and unfortunately that is not free stuff. In fact, it's pretty expensive. So this is for computers that are basically lagging, and they do work, but they're just not running at peak performance. This can help you out and get your computer back to top-notch performance real quick. And also, I want to add this, very, very important. Make sure you're always running an antivirus. Even if you got to get a free one, there's AVG free, Avast. There's several out there. Just Google free antiviruses. You'll be able to find them. Just make sure you always have at least one antivirus running. I mean, you can only run one antivirus, but MalwareBytes will find malware and stuff like that that some antiviruses won't. They're not as sensitive as MalwareBytes, but it's always a good idea to have real-time protection running against viruses. I use Trend Micro Titanium simply because it came from my ISP for free. So, but if you don't have a paid antivirus, you can download one for free. Just Google it up, free antiviruses, and pick one, but make sure you got one running. It's very, very important. If you follow this tutorial here pretty quick, it's pretty simple. I mean, go through it, do it every couple weeks, and should take care of any problems you have right now. Get your computer running a little bit faster, starting faster, and make everything a little bit easier for you. This might be video 1 of a series. Might even turn this into a blog series with something new next, but we'll figure it out from here. We'll see where this video goes. Hopefully it's helped you guys out a little bit, and let me know. If you need to know anything else, let me know. See if I can swing you something else. But this is a free way of doing it. Keep your computer in line. Hope you enjoyed.